Honey, something's wrong with the sound.
Yeah. 3 times.
Screwed up. The gang bang loud. Had a little plan, I had to blew up. Look at you like a man right now. Dressed in the team, smelling like a grand right now. And you ain't got nothing from my hand. I just think hard work is planned out there, huh? You could have took a bunch of dusty roads. The hand up with a bunch of cars to fold. You stay hot while the weather's freezing cold. The same plot, but the story's never old. Slow clap for your kinfolk. Could have been asking what your info. Prosecutor could be trying to do you in for the 2020, so you passing out the info. But no, you had purpose, you had plans. I ain't doing nothing, I'ma say these bands. Ain't impressed, y'all don't need no fans. That ain't my God, who is that man? It's real man talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom while you keep these grades. Giving out the knowledge on the scoop these days. One time for the men doing kind things. They're afraid to 3 times for my foe that it came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing kind things. Dead Fred to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that it came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. Yeah, real man. Sheesh. Yeah, doing kind things. Living super clean. That it came up. 1 time for my king doing king things. Mom these hoes cause you know he got a good thing. I submit and I cook and I clean and I never hold back on that wop. I'ma let it rain. Made me honest, I got a ring. All praises to the most high, let it sing. A real man able, sister never came. And I ain't going nowhere, this is not a game. Look at you, girl, you're lonely right now. Settling for bums instead of in the most high. He provide and protect so he get our respect. And he leading us aboard when them chariots fly. I don't really think you hear me though. You can't cross this bridge on some billy goats. Let them save you in the end like a Seminole. Be help me, shout let the silly go. 1 time for the men doing kind thing. Dead Fred to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that it came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing kind thing. Dead Fred to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that it came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord. Saints, it's your favorite house. Actually, I have the family with me right now. Everyone say hello.
Hello.
These are Say hi to Paxton and Atticus, everybody. Monologue McGad in the building. I know the whole family is here with me. I wish they would stay with me, but Mr. Man has stuff to do, so because I have to do a whole show, sweetie. You can't stay down here. But you can come back later. Okay, so the boys will be back later. Monologue will not. He has some business to handle, so he will not. But the boys will be back later. If Atticus will stop drinking my water. Bye. Go on back upstairs. Come back when it's time to go off. Love you soon. Love you. Okay, love you. Thank you. Love you, Big Daddy. You okay?
Yep.
All right. Love you. All right, thank y'all so much for joining me this evening. I appreciate you from wherever you are. I tell y'all this every week. You could be anywhere on this worldwide internet, but you are here with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Feed Me Righteously. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I don't even have my little camera stand, so I can be on Instagram or TikTok or nothing like that. What am I doing? I'm slipping today. All right, well, just in case you're new here, please allow me to first introduce myself. I go by, where's my little caption? Okay, I go by at Miss Mono's World in these content creator streets, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the good places where all the content creators hang out. Please make sure you follow, join, like, subscribe, to all the various social media outlets. Okay, let me just change my Facebook post to public so I can see people's comments when they comment from Facebook. Okay. Yes, I'm at Miss Mono's World. My husband, Monologue McGad. MONOLOGMAGAD. If you are not already on the YouTube, please head over to the YouTube at Monologue McGad, so that you can see and hear and just be a part of the entire show. All right, look, we just gonna go live on TikTok. I'm gonna sit it right here since I don't have my little stand, and we gonna make it do what it do, boo. Okay, so like, share, subscribe to YouTube. Shout out to my audience on the Saya TV. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have not already downloaded the Saya TV app, please do so on your Roku, your Apple, your Fire Sticks, all your smart TVs. If you can't get to a smart TV, you say, hey, I'm just in front of my laptop. No problem. The Saya.tv will allow you to view everything online. And you can find old episodes, not just of me, but lots of righteous content creators, some good kids content, some, good little movies, nice family-filled content. So if you have not already downloaded the Saya TV app, please do so. All right, now I wore my F3 Fringe Family Fest shirt to remind you guys that June the 1st, early bird sales end. And today is May 30th. You only got 2 days. 2 days. Tomorrow's the 31st. Saturday's June the 1st. I know rent is due, but go ahead and jump on the early bird price and your bills will not be affected. I know that's a little TikTok lingo. If y'all know who I'm talking about. Your bills will not be affected. Go ahead and jump on the early bird special before Saturday. Shout out to the family on TikTok. Thank y'all so much for joining me. If you want to experience the whole show, please head over to the YouTube at Monologue McGad, MONOLOGMAGAD. All right. So today's main topic, why Boaz don't want your ass? Because you won't open your mail. We are going to get into all the ways that we avoid, taking accountability, even if, that is addressed right to us. But first, I want to talk to y'all about Ozempic. Hold on, let me grab some lotion. Had to grab a little lotion because I don't like to be ashy. I don't know about y'all. I don't. I want to talk to y'all about this Ozempic thing. And I know you may be thinking like, oh, well, it's so expensive. We commoners can't afford Ozempic. But as we all know, things will start out expensive right? And then once it's all ran through the Hollywood celebrities and, you know, those echelon of folks, then they like to make it available to us commoners. And I live in a small, I don't want to say it's a small town anymore. I mean, it's a relatively small town compared to some other places I live, but I am in a metro Atlanta area. Okay. And I have been seeing signs all along the side of the road for Ozempic, Wegovy, and the other one, Resulcis. And so now they have these clinics that are prescribing these. I don't like to call them weight loss drugs because that's not what it's for. It's for people with diabetes. Okay. So I don't even like to call it a weight loss drug. All right. So, well, they have these clinics now prescribing these weight loss drugs for just anybody. Like, just anybody can walk in there. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because, please, y'all, this medicine has only been out for 3 years. And even during the testing, like, I went to a deep dive today. Okay. I went to a dive. So even during the testing, they found in animals that the I believe it was Ozempic causes thyroid cancer in rats, in the lab rats. And now, mind you, they say they tested on animals to make sure it's safe before they give it to us. But if the rats was catching thyroid cancer and that's what they're willing to tell us, who knows what else is going to happen. And so just the sheer basis of it, the fact that it's meant to release more insulin into your body, and insulin is a hormone. Okay, so now you are overloading your body with a hormone. It causes all kind of side effects while you're using it. It's going to cause side effects after it's being used. It hasn't been around long enough for us to really understand how it works. Okay, so please, y'all, like I do struggle with talking about certain things because I have not had a problem with my weight. Like, I've not had that problem in my life. So I'm not going to sit here and talk to y'all like, oh, you know, I know exactly how you feel and I know what you're going through, because I don't. All praise to the Most High. I don't. If I'm going to lose a couple of pounds, I just, you know, clean up my diet and do a couple days on the treadmill and the pounds is gone. So I'm not, I don't want you to think I'm coming from a cold and detached place. I'm not. But I am coming from a place of concern and a place of, you shouldn't make yourself sicker trying to lose weight. Like, that, what's the point? Why am I going to be skinny and sick and I still can't enjoy my life anyway? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I still can't do anything. Like, they had a clip of Amy Schumer, and she had tried Ozempic, and she said it had her so sick and just so exhausted, like she couldn't even play with her child anymore. So she stopped doing it. But I mean, everybody's on it now. Everybody's on it now, from the reality shows to just everybody is on Ozempic. And I'm just begging y'all, please do not let them make a lab rat out of you. This medicine has not even been around long enough for them to collect enough of a, what am I trying to call it? It hasn't been released enough in the sample population for us to get a good idea of how it works and doesn't work on different people. So please, y'all. What charge? Oh, no, I don't think I did. Okay, so please, y'all, I'm just begging you guys, do not fall for this Ozempic. Don't do it. There are other options out there. There are safer options out there. And, you know, I hate to say this because I hate to say this, and I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but the new South Park with the Lizzo, I get, like, it's the South Park humor, but the idea is very much real, because at this point, if you don't have diabetes, you're paying $1,200-$1,300 a month for these Ozempic shots or whatever. So the whole premise of the South Park special was like, if you can't afford that Ozempic, then, you just listen to some Lizzo and you just got to live with how you look. But at the end of the day, don't we? I'm not going to say don't we all, because we don't all, okay? The very rich and wealthy, they can change themselves to look however they want to look. So we all don't, okay? But us commoners, don't we all just kind of have to live with how we look? You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be no big deal to us. So please stay off the Ozempic, stay off the Wegovy, stay off the weight loss drugs. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember when Fin was out, but it was a diet pill called Hydroxycut. I remember because I took it when I was in college trying to get some energy. It was called Hydroxycut, and people were dropping dead because of the amount of, I want to say it was not epinephrine, that's for allergies. Phenedrine. They were dropping dead because of the amount of phenedrine in these weight loss drugs was causing them to have heart attacks and other issues, right? And so when Fin came out, same thing that's happening with Ozempic happened with Fin. Everybody went and jumped on a Fin. Any derivative of it, they were trying to take it. It had got expensive and everything. And then people started dropping dead from it, and then they started removing it from weight loss pills and stuff. So please, I'm not trying to see that again with the Ozempic. I'm not. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. So, when we go live here at the House of Mono, okay. Our next story. And as a female, as a woman, as a lady, I don't like talking about this, but I have to because it happens way too much to us as Black women, okay? Vivica Fox recently went on, what show was that? It wasn't The View. Some daytime talk show. And on the talk show, Sister Delta from Brew News, Shalom and Shalom, sis. Thank you for joining me. On this talk show, she was talking about how now she's ready to find a man. She's ready to settle down. I believe she's in her 60s at this point, but she's ready to find a man. She's ready to settle down. And like the internet does, of course, they're comparing the old her and the new her and saying, she hit a wall and it's too late and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, you never want to look somebody in the face and tell them that it's too late. But ma'am, if you kind of waste the prime of your life chasing men like 50 Cent, why? Like, it's different if things just happen to you, like, oh, you were widowed, you know what I'm saying, or you just went. It makes it look bad. Her track history makes the situation look bad, okay? Because at one time she was married. All right, she was married, got divorced, started running around with 50 Cent, and this man humiliated her, dragged her all through social media for years. So now it's like, after all that dragging, now you decide that you want to settle down and get married, right? And I know this may be like a misogynistic take on it. Y'all might feel like I'm being like chauvinistic or whatever. But just think about it. It's the same thing we say about men who want to be players while they're young and then decide when they get older that they want to settle down and have a family. What do y'all call them? Nursing home husbands? It is the same. Is it not the same thing? Is it not? But listen, if 50 Cent got to Vivica's age, to his 60s, and was walking around talking about, okay, now I'm ready to settle down and get married, please, the internet would have a field day. The Black women everywhere would join in a unanimous guffaw to clown this guy, because here you are, been dogging women for years, ran through so many women for years, and now you want to talk about you getting married. And see, we do this every day to dudes around the way. We'll do it to our cousin. We'll do it to our uncle. But for some reason, whenever it's a celebrity, we feel like their money excuses their bad decisions. Like the whole defense of Vivica now is, oh, she was trying to get her money and she placed that before a man. She had to get her career straight. She had to get her money straight. Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same thing. But we want to make an excuse for it because it's a woman and because it's a celebrity. But what I'm going to tell y'all is, celebrity or not, she still feel the same loneliness that everybody else feel. Now she's 60 years old on the internet talking about she ready to get married and settle down. Ma'am, like it's the fourth quarter. Okay? It is the fourth quarter. The race is almost over. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. What you have to understand about being married, okay? When you are married, you have to totally change the way you live because now you're trying to accommodate someone else. All right. And now that's hard enough to do in your 20s and 30s. I can't imagine trying to accommodate somebody new in my 60s. Are you crazy? My 50s? Even now. Like, I've gotten used to the way that I live. So why? It's just so much more complicated. And then what you don't realize is the longer you go, the more baggage you're going to accumulate. So now not only do I have to deal with my baggage, I got to deal with your baggage too. You know, she was running around with younger men, like she's been running around with men, dipping and dodging and doing her thing. Okay, but now, you know, senior citizenship is upon us. And no, have that same energy that you be having for Uncle Leroy. Have that same energy when you be talking about Papa was a Rolling Stone. We have to do better, ladies. Please don't be out here 50 and 60 years old talking about, oh, I'm finally ready to settle down after you've been all ran through and tore up. Well, she ain't got no kids that you can see, that you know of. She is a senior. She's a senior citizen. I think that's at what, 60, 65. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to degrade her. I'm not even trying to downplay it. But come on, it's like, I mean, it's like anything else. Who wants something that's been rolled wet and put away hard? And that's, is there another explanation, please? If I'm missing something, put it in the chat. But I mean, the body count, the mileage, who wants that? And I'm not even mad at a man for looking at that crazy. And so, ma'am, sis, cousin, local roundaway girls, please listen. Your 20s and your 30s go by super quick. They go by super quick. Before you know it, you'll be 40, 50, and 60, wondering why ain't no good black men to marry. Well, it was plenty black men to marry when you was of marrying age. You was just too busy being a player, and now look. I can't be acting like that. We got to do better now. Please. All right. Now this last item had people in an uproar. I don't know if you guys know who Saucy Santana is. Listen. Hold on. I think I have. Okay, so I have pictures. Okay. So I'm going to show y'all this picture just in case you don't know who we're talking about here. But just a little Google search of Saucy Santana. And okay, you can see this is a man who dresses like a woman. I mean, you can see what this is, okay? And so a few days ago, he made a comment saying that women are not as strong as men. And he knows this because, you know, he grew up around a lot of girls. And so he just knows that women aren't as strong as men. And he's not lying. Okay, he's not lying. And I understand a lot of people are like confused because it's like, well, if women are not as strong as men, why do you want to dress like a woman? Which I feel like has nothing to do with that issue. You understand what I'm saying? And I just don't. Here's what I don't understand. I don't understand why he was put on a pedestal for so long, because nobody pushed this man to the forefront but Black women. Nobody did. Him and Young Miami used to be like this on social media. You would see them all the time. Him and Nicki Minaj, him and like, you've seen him with other famous Black women. They're the ones that put him where he is right now today. But now they want to get mad because he's telling the truth about what it is. And it's, you know, a lot of people like to talk about, well, you know, he's always talked bad about Black women. Well, why y'all keep letting him hang around y'all then? Why y'all keep pumping? Why do you keep sustaining him? Why do you keep giving him a platform? Why? If he's so hateful toward y'all. If he, and now I don't listen to him. Like, I just saw this article and I was like, ooh, because even a broken clock is right twice a day. He didn't lie. He told no lies. But nobody hearing what he's saying. Nobody, the women aren't listening. They're just denying what he's saying. Which is beyond me. I'm telling you, it's beyond me. Y'all like to listen. Y'all want to support the alphabet community as long as they go along with your agenda. But as soon as somebody start telling the truth about what really going on in the alphabet community, or start telling the truth about what's really going on with genders, now all of a sudden y'all want to start hating them. It's a lot of trans people that's out here exposing the whole trans movement. Do you know that now they are injecting men with hormones to make them lactate, so that when they adopt a baby or have a woman to have a baby for them, they can quote unquote breastfeed? There's so much wrong with this. There's so much wrong with this. First of all, that's not even formula, okay? Listen, I breastfed all my children. Okay, and I understand if you can't. I understand some people can't, and I understand it if you can't, that's no shade. Fed is best, okay? But now you're going beyond formula, which is already controversial enough. You're going beyond formula, and you're gonna inject a hormone that's gonna make my body do something that it doesn't naturally do. When a woman gets pregnant, her body automatically kicks in gear to start making breast milk to feed that child. You don't have to inject anything. You don't have to do nothing. It just happens. So now this man is going to producing some type of fluid, because you don't as a man have the components necessary to produce breast milk. Your breast, like literally the components of the breast milk are extracted from a woman's body. That's why you have to eat. You're still eating for 2 when you're breastfeeding. You're still sleepy. This is why you can't lose weight. Like, this is why your body goes through all those changes while you're breastfeeding. And this is scary to me, because what in the hell are they giving those babies? What are they giving them? It's not breast milk, and it's not formula. It's not even cow's milk, goat's milk. It is no recognizable form of milk that is already available in this realm. So what are you feeding these babies? I'm telling y'all, listen, I'm so tired of science. Between the fake breast milk and now the head transplants, I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but there's a company now who is, they say, actively working on head transplants. So like, say you have multiple sclerosis or something. They want to be able to disconnect your head and put it on another body. So now you have a body without that illness. Allegedly. This is what they always tell us when they come out with something crazy, right? Oh, this is for your good. This is for your benefit. This is going to help. Have we learned nothing yet? Have we learned nothing yet? As many commercials as we have woken up to in the middle of the night talking about, did you try this medicine? Did you take this drug? If so, you may be entitled to compensation. Let me tell y'all something. When pharmaceutical companies come out with medication, they include the money for the lawsuit in the price of the medication. Like they already figure, okay, this many people might die, this many people might get hurt, there's going to be this many side effects, the lawsuits are going to cost about this much. They've already predicted that and included that in the price of the medication. So while you're paying for your medicine, you are also paying for your future lawsuit. I've never been so bamboozled in all my life as I have been being an American citizen. And I used to live in Germany. Okay. So I'm not just. They are. And then where are you getting the bodies from? Where are you getting the bodies from? Because you're not going to take a body that's already dead and try to connect a person to it so that they can live. So where are they getting these bodies from? I'm convinced almost to gain 20 pounds just to keep myself safe. Like we are coming to a day and a time where we have to be extra vigilant. We have to be extra vigilant with ourselves, with our children. We got to be careful about this stuff we're watching on TV, y'all, because whenever they want to introduce something new, the first thing they do is show it to you on TV as like an idea. Oh, it's just the idea. Y'all remember Outbreak? I don't know how many of y'all remember Outbreak with the monkey. This was back in, again, the 90s. Or was it the late 80s? No. Yeah. It might have been the 80s or the 90s. Or 80s, 90s. This movie came out called Outbreak. And the plot of the movie played out very much like the pandemic did. It was crazy. And so we've seen this happen over and over again. And so now you're talking about men making breast milk and switching heads? No, I'm good. Oh, it was the 90s. Okay, I be getting my decades mixed up. And I done lived through 4 of them. So all praises to the Most High. I'm not ashamed. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. If you like what I'm saying, or you would just like to, be a part of the efforts here at the House of Mono, please head over to the Cash App, $ the House of Mono. Now, if you want to get your early bird tickets before Saturday, today is Thursday. Saturday is the last day to get your early bird tickets. So if you want to do that, please head over to 3mgmusic.com. You can buy tickets. You can volunteer. You can be a vendor. You can get your VIP tents. You can donate. You can sponsor a family. Everything you need regarding F3 Friendship Family Fest is going to be at 3mgmusic.com. So I wasn't going to talk about this because at first I was like, this is not really edifying. But I kind of feel like it is. So I'm going to talk about it. There are reports now that Young Miami, aka Carisha, y'all may know her from her show, Carisha Please, she was found on some confiscated tapes that they took from your boy Diddy house. Okay. Shaka boom, 80, shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. She was found on some tapes that they took from Diddy's house in the raid. Okay. And here lately, she's been, backtracking. I don't know if you guys remember, like a few years ago. I don't even know how it became a thing on social media, but there was a thing about Diddy, urinating on Young Miami and her liking it. Like it became this big whole thing, and she was going with it saying, yeah, I do it. I don't care. Da 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 da. So, well, now she's trying to backtrack all that and say, oh my gosh, you guys, I was just playing. It was just a joke. Ha 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 ha. Girl, please. It's too late. We already know. But I'm bringing this up to show you an example of how when you get caught up in sin, it's going to take you for a ride that you never intended to go on. I would imagine that when Carisha decided to give, Diddy some of her time, she was thinking this was going to be a great career move. This was going to be, a really good look for her. This was somebody who could help advance her career. Like, ooh, all my problems about to be solved. I'm about to hook up with him and, I'm going to be good. Well, fast forward to now today, and everything is crumbling in front of her face. And now she's trying to distance herself from Diddy. But it's too late, ma'am, because we already saw you holding up signs at the award shows, walking with him at the red carpet, and in numerous other instances when you was laid up with him. And so this is how sin will do you, right? It will entice you. It will make you think, oh, this is just, a little fun. Come on, it's no big deal. Just kick, like I tell y'all all the time, a crackhead did not wake up one day and say, I think I want to try some crack and become a crackhead. They did not say that. They decided to do something that they knew they should not have been doing. Because listen, just having sex before marriage is wrong. Okay. So let's not talk about drug-fueled orgies and everything else that was going on. And now it's on tape, boo. On tape. Who knows what else is on that tape? Who knows if this is going to lead to trouble for her? Because what if she's found as an accomplice? Like, he's accused of drugging a lot of women. What if she's realized as they're reviewing these tapes to be an accomplice? Now you got legal issues too on top of everything else. And Diddy can't save you. Diddy cannot save you. That's the problem. Like we put our trust in men. We lean into the arms of flesh. We feel like, oh well, he got enough money to right. She got a lot more than she bargained for. He got enough money. He got enough clout. I ain't never gonna have to worry about nothing again. I'm straight. And I mean, because look, I get it. You with Diddy's like one of the most powerful men, at least in the United States. Yeah, I'd have had my nose in the air talking my junk as well. But this is what sin will do to you. It's all good while it's calm. And it's what I was telling y'all last week. It's all good while it's calm. But baby, once you are exposed and who knows what she's going to have to go through. But what we do know is that her name is like eternally associated with Diddy, human trafficking, drug-fueled sexual assault episodes. Like, your name is associated with a lot of bad things. And I don't think her career is ever going to recover from this. Or if you call that a career, I don't. But this is what happens when we start getting caught. That song by TLC, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. This is what happens when you are trying to make yourself a part of something you have no business being in. This is what happens when you go out here and you feel like you meet this man and he's so much more sophisticated and worldly than you. And he can teach you some things and he can show you some things. No, ma'am, sis, cousin, if I'm trying to tempt you, and I know that you don't like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I'm not going to waste my time putting out peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Why? I'm trying to trap you. I'm not going to put out something you don't like. But if I know you like hoagies, then I'm going to have hoagies on deck because I'm trying to trap you. Come on. We have got to do better. Start demanding better for ourselves. Okay. All right, let's get into our main topic. And then, I'm sure things will go from here. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. All right. I decided to call this one, You Don't Open Your Mail. I don't know if y'all remember a long time ago, there's this TikTok sound. It's like, you got to get on your Zoom. You got to get on your Zoom. Okay. It's kind of like that, but I don't know how many of y'all are old enough. Tanya, shalom and shalom, sis. Thank you for joining me this evening. I don't know how many of you all are old enough to remember when all we had was snail mail and fax machines. That was it. And fax machines was only for the office. Like, this was before everybody had a fax machine at home. Okay. You wanted to pay a bill, you had to write out that check, put it in an envelope, take it to the mailbox, take it to the post office, whatever. They had to wait for it to get there. And so in that time, if you say you forgot to mail your phone bill, right? You could call a phone company and be like, oh, I put it in the mail. I don't remember. Right. Yes. Okay. Look, ain't nothing wrong with that. You could call a phone company and be like, oh, I put it in the mail. It must have got lost. And they'll give you another 2 weeks. Oh, I don't know what happened they'll give you another 2 weeks. Okay. But now we live in a day and time where snail mail is your last option. And there are a lot more ways of direct personal contact. What do I mean by that? I got your email. I got your text messages. Why are they restricting my live? Oh my goodness. I don't know what TikTok is doing. Why are they restricting my live? Oh boy. Whatever. Okay. Anyway. Let me just get off there because I don't know. Okay, no, I'm not gonna cancel. All right. Okay, so but now, sorry, y'all. So, but now we live in a time of direct contact. I can text your phone, I can email you, I can more quickly, readily contact you. Most of y'all probably don't even get bills in the mail anymore. I know I don't. Like, my phone bill don't come in the mail. The only bill that comes in the mail is the mortgage. But no, the mortgage bill, the water bill, the gas bill, those 3 still come in the mail. But the phone bill, the cable bill, and whatever else, it's all through email. So this takes away the excuse of, oh, I put it in the mailbox. I don't know what happened. I took it to the post office. I don't know what happened. We don't have that excuse anymore because now you told me to directly contact you on this line, on this email, whatever. And so I would like for you all to take a minute and think about the fact that the Most High has never been restricted by snail mail. He's never been restricted by language barriers. He's never been restricted by time and space. And if there was something that he wanted you to know, he will let you know directly and multiple times. But the problem with a lot of us is we won't open that email. We won't open that text message. Right. No grace period. You don't need no grace period. The grace period was from the time we sent you the email until today. Okay, but you're not opening your email. You're not opening your text messages. It's like you know what's in there. You know, once you open that mail, you are now responsible for the information inside. And if you do not change your life, you are going to have to answer for that. It's just like a lot of people don't want to accept the fact that the Bible is about Black people, because if the Bible is about Black people, you mean this applies directly to me? You mean these rules really are for me? You mean this is about me? And now there's going to be some kind of expectation on my life? Oh no, you have people totally walking away from the Bible and the Creator all together instead of holding themselves accountable, sitting down with that word and realizing like, okay, this is about me and I do need to pay attention. You will just rather dismiss God. And here's the thing, you don't even really know him. You don't know him. He been good to us. Yes, he has. Even in Black church, even while you out sinning, he's been good to you. He's kept you. He's been merciful no matter what condition you was in. And then you call yourself coming into righteousness. You call yourself coming into enlightenment, but you don't want to inwardly receive any of that righteousness and enlightenment. You don't mind dressing like you're enlightened. You don't mind looking like you're enlightened. You don't mind any of that. But when it comes to changing who you are on the inside, the fruit that you bear, how you treat people, how you affect the people around you, you don't want to open that mail. You'll open somebody else's mail. You'll be quick to call sister so-and-so and be like, oh, girl, the Lord was dealing with me about you. And you'll be quick to run to your husband like, see, the Lord was telling me about you. And you'll be quick to run to your kids. But what about you, ma'am, sis cousin? What about you? You mean to tell me the Lord has overlooked you and is dealing with everybody around you but you? That's not the God I serve. He don't operate like that. He don't. He always start with the man or the woman in the mirror. And because it's too painful, because it's not trendy, because it's not always supported, and most importantly, man, because it hurts and it makes you take a good look at yourself, a lot of us refuse to address the hurt and the pain that we cause, even to ourselves. Even to ourselves. Some of us have some habits that are very dangerous. Some of us eat too much. Some of us drink too much. Some of us talk too much. Some of us sleep too much. Some of us work too much. We have issues. Paul talked about the thorn in his side. Okay, and even though the Most High didn't take it away, even though he said, no, you got to keep this thorn in order to keep you humble, I still need to admit that this is a thorn in my side so I can ask for help. It's like you walking around with a paper cut and you just hurting and you won't tell nobody. Baby, it's Neosporin and Band-Aids right here. All you got to do is speak up. But you're too ashamed, embarrassed. And let's go back to embarrassed. You're too embarrassed because you've been walking around acting self-righteous, acting holier than thou, nitpicking everybody for any little thing that you can find to nitpick them about instead of dealing with your inner turmoil. And we do it to each other as women. We are our own worst enemies. We so busy examining the lashes in our sister's eyes that we can't get the lashes out of our own eyes. You so busy worried about what that sister got on. Ma'am, what are you looking like today? What are you looking like? You so busy worried about what's going on over there. How's your husband feeling about you right now? Don't worry about what's going on over here. And what's so funny is the people that y'all be talking about be just as happy, going on about their life, minding their business. But you're so unhappy and unsettled and unsatisfied and unwilling to do the work to move forward that you'll continue to just make a fool out of yourself. And you think you're doing something when you calling and you talking about people, but yeah, okay, they might laugh while they on the phone with you, but as soon as they hang up the phone with you, they're going to be shaking their head, talking about how pitiful you are. It's not okay. It's not. You won't address the issues in your own life, and so you'll never succeed past where you are at this moment. It's like you're stuck in this moment of time. Have you ever seen someone that's been divorced and you be like, yeah, pride is a hell of a drug. It is. And it comes before the fall. You ever seen someone that's been divorced for years and you be like, they definitely should have moved on by now. And it seems like the person they divorced has gone on with their life, like they done remarried and you know what I'm saying? They over here living lovely. But this person is just, it's like they're stuck and they never left the space and time of when the divorce occurred. If nothing else in your life should alert you that you have issues that you need to deal with, it should be problems in your marriage. Like that should be the number one eye opener right there, because your spouse is a mirror of who you are. And I know nobody wants to hear that. And I'm not talking about abusive relationships. I'm talking about normal relationships where people go through stuff. Your spouse is usually a mirror of you. What you give to them, they'll give back to you. You start talking all nasty and funky to your husband, he gonna start talking nasty and funky to you back. Uncle man, shalom and shalom. You start acting all funky and having an attitude all the time, he gonna start doing that back to you, or he just not gonna come home no more. He gonna go somewhere and find somebody who talk to him nice. But if you have a soft answer, you'll start getting a soft answer. If the law of kindness is on your tongue, then you'll start receiving kindness. For some reason, we have been taught to view kindness as a weakness. Somebody posted something a long time ago. I had posted something about kindness, and someone commented, and she was like, "Yes, I'm kind, but I'm not nice." And the idea is, well, it's not an idea, but like it's the difference in definitions. Like being kind is about being courteous, generous, and showing yourself friendly. But being nice, the definition of nice would indicate that you are ignoring things about a person in order to accommodate them. Okay. And so, yes, I can be kind to you, but that doesn't mean I have to be ignorant of things. Yes, I can be kind to you, but that doesn't mean that I don't know how you really feel about me. I can be kind to you, and that does not make me any less of it takes nothing from me to be kind. If anything, it adds. But I don't know. And I'm not gonna say I don't know. I mean, it's just, we're just at a point where we are at a point where Black women get a golden pass, especially celebrity Black women. They get the golden ticket. They get a golden pass. We're gonna make an excuse for whatever they do. It's never their fault. They're never wrong. Just like I talked to y'all last week about examining the whole Cassie and Diddy situation from the point of the female. If the warnings would have been heeded, then maybe this whole situation could not maybe this whole situation would have been avoided. And so instead of you taking the, because this is how it happens. Okay. You get involved in whatever. You meet buddy, you start hanging out at this place, you start doing the thing that you know you're not supposed to be doing. You are either indulging in the sin or you are on the road to indulging in the sin. And at first it's all good. It makes you feel good. It makes you happy. It makes you giddy. It brightens your days. You can see colors and count music. I mean, it's just wonderful, right? And as you are going on, undoubtedly there are signs and miracles and wonders that are letting you know that this is all wrong for you. This is wrong for you. You don't need to be here. You need to walk away from this. People will tell you your own spirit will become restless. Your anxiety is off the chain. Your mind is just wandering and you can't figure out how to stop it. And instead of us saying at that point, okay, something's not right here, I need to figure this out, we are so wrapped up in, oh, we're having fun. Oh, somebody finally likes me. that we won't let go of this thing no matter how much it's hurting us at that current point, because it's hurting you to be in direct contradiction with your conscience and with the Holy Spirit that is inside of you. It hurts you. When your head and your heart are in direct conflict, that is painful to you. And you have decided that the pain of being alone is worse than the pain of lying to yourself. I'm going to say that again. You have decided that the pain of being alone is worse than the pain of lying to yourself. So you will continue to lie to yourself to avoid being alone. You will continue to tell yourself that, oh, he likes me as much as I like him, even though he never calls you, never texts you, never check for you, never nothing. You will convince yourself that, oh, this Molly ain't that bad. These pills ain't that bad. This drink ain't that bad, even though 5 out of 7 nights you picking yourself up off the bathroom floor because you drinking and whatnot. I disagree. Some people don't understand how to respond with kindness. They want to analyze why women say they have intuition, why they don't even know when the relationship is not going well. I talked about that last week. Some people don't know how to respond with kindness. And so it makes me wonder, how did you even end up in a relationship with that person? Like, it's easy to talk junk about a person that you're in a relationship with when you're feeling disappointed in the relationship, but you have to understand that every complaint that you are having about that person comes back on you, because it's like, well, why have you been accepting this long? Like, if someone is not even kind to you, how could you have possibly even maneuvered yourself into a relationship with them? You didn't give yourself enough time to work through the representative. Speaking of representatives, let me tell y'all this post I saw real quick. I saw a post today. Was it today? No, it was a few days ago. I saw a post a few days ago about a husband who was complaining because his wife was not having sex with him. It had been years. And he tried to talk to her, and he tried to, reason with her and everything else. And she just refused to have sex with her husband. And this is what I want to say to y'all. Like, a lot of y'all don't realize that sex is as much a part of a marriage as communication, honesty, openness, quality time, gifts, access. Like, anything that you consider a love language, sex is your man's love language. Sex is your man's love language. And instead of us just accepting that and realizing that this is a real deal responsibility when we become wives, we will again just ignore everything else and only do what pleases us. Okay, like Uncle Man said, women say they have intuition, but you can't tell. You know your man is unhappy. They know when the relationship is not going well. That's when they start accusing you of cheating. Listen, if a woman is coming to you with cheating accusations, your relationship been trash. Your relationship been trash, and she been known it, unless you just been that slick this whole time. But for the most part, by the time a woman is going through your phone and looking for clues, unless she's just crazy, your relationship is already trash and she knows it. And so what I want to say to you men is, listen, if you are feeling like the relationship is trash, you can leave too. You ain't got to stay around. You can leave as well. I said last week, you got to keep asking what's wrong, you're the problem. If you got to keep asking him, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's bothering you? You are what's bothering him. He just can't figure out how to get rid of you. And I never understood, like, why do people just tell somebody you don't want to be bothered with them? Just say it. I don't know why people don't like to say things like that. And so, but the reason I'm telling you that you have to open your mail is because the betterment of you. Like, Becoming a righteous woman is not just a one and done deal. It's not, oh, I woke up one day and decided that I wanted to be a righteous woman and I said a prayer and I read some Bible verses and now, boom, I'm a righteous woman. No, being a righteous woman is a way of life. It's decisions that we make every day on how we're going to conduct ourselves and how we're going to live. But the fact of the matter is, in order to get to the point where we understood we needed righteousness, we had to be willing to address the things that the Most High wanted to deal with us about. One of the hardest things for me to do is to pray when I know I'm not right. It is hard for me to pray when I know that everything in my life is not where it's supposed to be. Because I just don't try the Most High like that. Like, how you gonna try the one who sits high and look low? How you gonna try the one who knew this day in your life before your parents even met? How you gonna try? And y'all really think y'all be trying God as if he is some, not stagnant, but arbitrary creator. Like, y'all be trying to play God like he invented the super soaker and just left the super soaker on the store shelf for you to do whatever you want to do with it. Instead of realizing that, no, the Most High is not that kind of creator at all. He's not an inventor. He is a living, breathing, moving creator who supervises, manages, and cares very much about his creation. And so, because you don't want to be accountable for answering to the love of the Most High, you will just do what you feel like is good enough so that you feel like maybe you won't go to hell. For some of y'all, just feel like, oh, well, I'm an Israelite, so I'm good anyway. I remember when I was in church and I used to try the Most High like that, like, well, I have time to repent. I'll repent later. You know, I'll do it later. I'll get my life together later. I'll just, as long as I don't go to hell, like, just let me repent right before so I don't go to hell. And so what a lot of y'all have done, even though you claim to not believe in heaven or hell anymore, you feel like, oh, well, let me just do enough so that I can hopefully be part of the elect. I'm gonna do enough. I'm gonna keep the dietary. I'm gonna observe my Sabbaths. I might even change the way I dress. But where is the interchange? There's a reason you can't put new wine in old wineskin. The old wineskin is all tore up, broke down. It's you ever took slime and like stretched it and saw how it got thin in the middle? That's the old wineskin. And how dare you expect for the Holy Spirit with all his majesty, power, and might to come and embody an improvised, porous excuse of a container? Why wouldn't you want to shore yourself up? Why wouldn't you want to equip yourself to be successful on your journey of enlightenment? Like, I don't understand. And I'm not saying it in a way of oh, I feel like I'm better. No, I'm just so thankful by the grace of the Most High that I was able to understand, grasp these concepts. And I can only love him because he loved me first. I can only come to him because he called me. And what I'm going to say to y'all is, if you're hearing my voice and you're being convicted, it's because you know you have that same calling as well. And listen, time out for playing games. We ain't got no more time. This ain't 1994. This ain't even 2004. This is 2024. We are literally in the middle of the beginning stages of World War III. Did you hear what I said earlier? They are taking people's heads and trying to put them on new bodies. I don't don't know how much dystopian science fiction, as they like to call it. Notice I put the fiction in quotes. Dystopian science fiction. I don't know how much of that you've really explored and looked into, but I beg you, take a look at stuff like 1984. Go and look at Animal Farm. A lot of that Orwellian literature. It's like a premonition of a lot of the things that we go through now. People being able to spy on you through the TV, spy on what you're writing. In the book 1984, the character was in his home writing in his journal, but he had to hide. Well, he had to be careful of what he was writing because they had something called the thought police. And if you were writing the wrong thing, then the thought police are going to come and put you in jail. Okay. So, but it's like that now because I was just talking on TikTok and I got restricted. The thought police didn't like what I was saying. I mean, we are literally living in this stuff right now. You can't even get on social media. If I said something so freaking egregious, they could decide to cut me off right now. We are literally living in the world of ultra surveillance. And because we have not been taught to read the Bible correctly, we don't understand that this is exactly how the system is supposed to be set up. How else could any being that is not the Most High be able to watch all of us, see all of us, and hear all of us at the same time? And don't get me wrong, technology is fun. I allow my apps to track me because I want to see ads for stuff that I want, not stuff that I don't want. So I'm not saying unplug your iPhones because I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is, hey, let's if you're not aware of what's going on, you're easily going to fall down that slippery slope. Me and my husband were talking about this a few years ago. But in Revelation, when it talks about the mark of the beast, it doesn't say that he will make all take the mark. It said he would cause all to take the mark. Okay. Now there's a difference between making somebody do something and causing someone to do something. Okay. If I went and told Paxton, get up and go get me some water, I made him get up and go get me some water. I'm his authority figure. I told him what to do. He went and did it. Now, if I sit there and I'll be like, oh, I'm so thirsty. Oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. And Paxton hears me and he decides to take sympathy on me. Now I have caused him to go get me some water. I didn't come out and say, go get me the water, but I left enough clues. I left enough hints. And I leaned on the fact that I know this child loves me and he cares for me. So if he hears me in discomfort, he's going to want to try to help me. So then I caused him to get me the water. And so I would like to propose that we are being led down this same possible causeway when it comes to the world, giving the world our affections and what's going to lead into us being apart if we're not, you know what I'm saying, if we're not called out already to be a part of this world system. And here, I don't care how much current event you know. I don't care how good you can link the current events to Bible prophecy. I don't care about your breakdowns. I don't care about none of that, babe, because I want to see how you're living. How are you living? I don't need you to tell me about what's going on with this earthquake and all the 20, 30 back-to-back tornadoes that we keep having in this country that nobody is talking about. Jalen, Israel, Shalom, and Shalom, sis, that nobody keeps talking about. Nobody's talking about these storms back to back to back. They just keep telling you, ooh, storm warning, storm watch, day after day after day. But nobody sat down and was like, hey, let's figure out why all these tornadoes are coming all of a sudden. But what I'm saying is, if you, the Bible talks about the delusion being so strong that the very elect might be deceived. So imagine if you halfway living. How? You listen, when they want you to accept something, they put it on television first. They put the Alphabet Mafia on TV in droves. They started demanding that members of the Alphabet Mafia receive a certain percentage of roles. Like, I forgot what the organization is called, but there's an organization that monitors every year how many members of the Alphabet Mafia are portrayed in the media. They literally stuff it down your throat and make you accept it because they didn't put them on TV the way they are now, totalitarian, shutting down everybody's social media, promoting their way of life and enacting hate crimes if you don't agree with them. They didn't show you that part of them on TV. They showed you the little funny, friendly fairies and the cool chicks. They showed you the fun and friendly Alphabet Mafia people. They didn't show you the ones with the agenda. And that's how they got us to fall for it. When they want you to donate to these humane society things, what do? They find poor, hungry, defenseless animals. They give you the big wide eye shot, or they'll take the shot of them rescuing this animal from such dangerous situation. Why? Because they are trying to invoke an emotional response from you. So I'm going to put this sin on television to show you that, look, it's really not that bad. This character that you like, think of any character that you like. Okay, let's take Queen Charlotte from Bridgerton. Love her. Okay. This character that you like is doing it and they're fine. We develop an emotional response when we get caught up in television shows and characters and books like that. I don't know about y'all, but like as a voracious reader, I get attached to characters in my books. You know, I get attached to characters when I watch them on TV. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're not careful, they will have this person who they know you develop an emotional response to carrying on in this new thing that they're trying to get you to do. Okay. So if I want to convince a generation of women that the Neuralink microchip is the thing to do, I'm going to have Queen Charlotte being implanted with the Neuralink microchip. I'm going to have the Real Housewives of Atlanta being implanted with the Neuralink microchip. All of everybody, all the reality stars. Megan Thee Stallion, I'm going to line them all up to have them implanted with this microchip to show you, look, it's okay. I don't know if y'all remember the milk campaign. Drink milk. This again was back in the 80s and 90s, but these commercials used to come on and they would have models and actors and actresses and they would have the milk mustache, right? And they'd be telling us to drink milk. Well, now here it is 40 years later. And even before now, okay, I'm 43. So maybe about 20 years ago is when they started telling us, oh no, actually cow's milk is bad for you. What? Right, exactly. They used to tell us milk does a body good. But now they're telling us, oh, it's actually killing you. Well, that's not what you had Michelle Pfeiffer and Janet Jackson and Holly Robinson Pete. And that's not what you had them telling us all that long time ago. And this is what I'm telling y'all about the Ozempic. It's the same exact thing. All the celebrities are doing it. All of Hollywood is doing it. Anybody who's anybody is doing the Ozempic. And now 10 or 20 years from now, they're going to be like, oh, we so sorry, y'all. Ozempic is out here killing folks. I am scared to see what happens when these people start getting off that Ozempic, if they ever do. Okay. It takes 12 to 15, I think 12 to 15% of your body weight in the first week, I want to say. I don't know. It might not be in the first week, but you lose, it's either the first week or the first month. You can lose 12 to 15% of your body weight. That is not, y'all understand you only supposed to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. That is healthy, sustainable weight loss. Like when you eat right, you're going to lose 1 or 2 pounds a week. 12 to 15% of your body weight. Excuse me, ma'am. That's crazy. But they put enough celebrities on it. And they showed a clip of one of the Real Housewives, and she had started taking the Wegovy, and she was like, "Well, I can't be the only one up here. I can't be up here bigger than everybody else. So for that reason, you inject yourself with." Listen, I had gestational diabetes with Paxton, and I had gestational diabetes with Paxton. They put me on insulin, and no matter what I did, my blood sugar would not go to what they consider a normal level. So I stopped taking the insulin because if it's not working, what are you doing to my baby? Like, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. So what is it doing? And I'm making a human in here. So I can't understand. I just cannot understand for the life of me people risking their life like this. Call me paranoid, but bruh, you're not out here taking cholesterol medication and you don't have high cholesterol. I literally cannot understand this. Gonna watch one of them commercials that say, have you or one of your loved ones died from Ozempic? That's exactly gonna be it. That's exactly what's gonna happen right after the 11 o'clock news. Them commercials gonna be coming on, and you're gonna be sitting up there too proud to speak, head too big for your body, can't hardly hold the phone, trying to call somebody about a lawsuit. Get out of here. All the way. But guess what? They don't care about y'all suing them. They are prepared for you to die. This is what y'all don't get. They don't care about you. Do you not understand that ultimately the goal of the elite, like the 1 to 2% that are actually ruling this world, the goal is population control anyway? So, we found something that'll kill people. Great, run it. You got to understand you don't understand the scope of the enemy of your soul. Like, it's like we like to say that stuff about stupid stuff. We like to say, we being attacked by the enemy because we can't manage our finances. We like to say we're being attacked by the enemy because we don't want to be held accountable and deal with our crap. So we like to say, we're being attacked by the enemy, not realizing that the whole time it's bigger than what you think. I'm not saying that what you're going through is not true, but that's probably more your fault than anything else. We like to blame stuff on the enemy a lot of times, and no, it be you, boo. You be your own worst enemy. It be you. 32 pounds. All right, Uncle Man. It be you. And but you can't see it because you don't want to address the issues within yourself. Because if you really work on it, you have to be willing to do the work. And if you really sit back and allow the Most High to do the work that he wants to do in your heart and in your mind, you will be content with what you have. Listen, I need to get back on the treadmill. Okay. I don't know what happened. We had graduation. And then before the graduation, what happened? I don't know. But like, I'll be eating good and then something will happen and I'll start eating bad. And then I have to be like, okay, girl, snap back. So, but I'm in a snap back mode. Like, that's why I keep my little tumbler here with my water to make sure I'm, drinking a lot of water throughout the day and stuff like that. I need to get myself back on the treadmill, but I know I need to do that. And so even in the moments where, I might be feeling a little bad, like, I have nobody to blame but myself. And because I'm willing to take accountability and realize that because I have no one to blame but myself, I'm the only one that can change it myself. My husband can't exercise for me. My husband can't even change my diet. I'm the one that does all the cooking for the family. It's literally up to me. If you will not take back the power over your own life, you will forever be wondering why I can't be like this person. Why won't nobody love me? because you don't own your life. So, what is it for anybody to love? You're not responsible for anything. Nothing is your fault. You don't have any goals, desires, or dreams, not any real ones anyway. Anybody can sit around and say, oh, I want to own my own business. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that. But what are you doing about it? I talked to y'all about this last week. What purpose is this person serving? What are you doing? What purpose are you serving, ma'am, sis cousin? I know I get on here and I tell y'all all the time, don't be worried about when these Negroes asking you what to bring to the table. But boo, between me and you, what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? Do you even have any inner qualities that can help? Are you good with administration? Are you patient? Are you good with customers? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you do laundry? Can you raise the kids? Can you teach the kids how to read? Like, what are you adding? And I'm not saying it always has to be financial, because any man will tell you he got that part. He don't need your finances. But you have to have certain qualifications to even meet the role of a housewife. A lot of people feel like because it's not a real job with an app, with applications, and I ain't got to send in my resumes or whatever, that it's not real. But honey, let me tell you, being a housewife is very real work. Being a stay-at-home mom is very real work. Homeschooling, I teach, I cook, I clean, I chauffeur, I do laundry, I clean up messes and boo-boos, I take care of animals, we grow food. Think about if you had to pay one person to do all the things that a wife and a mom does on a daily basis. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, there are people who can afford to have staff, nannies and maids and chefs. They spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on these things. It's not cheap at all. So please don't feel like, oh, I'm just going to find me a well-to-do husband and he's going to want something from you, boo. He's going to want something from you. Can you talk to him nice? Can you make him feel good after a long day? We are so rude and so nasty and so mean. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's for no reason. All right. I'm not trying to discount anything that anybody's been through. But also, a reason is a reason until it becomes an excuse. And it's an excuse when you use it as a crutch to lean on to not do any better. I grew up with a single mom, and my mom worked all the time and she wasn't always able to be there for me when I needed her. That was the reason why I've had some past issues. But now if I was to sit here and be telling my husband, oh, well, I have trouble being obedient to you because of what I went through in my childhood. Okay, now this is an excuse. I have trouble submitting because my father wasn't ever around. Now you're using this as an excuse to not do what you know you're supposed to be doing. Now it becomes a problem. Your trauma needs to be dealt with so that you can use it to help others overcome. We overcome by the word of our blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. You will not be comfortable talking to people about your past mistakes. You will not be comfortable exposing your past mistakes until you have dealt with them. That's why I have no problems sitting up here telling y'all everything I've been through. I don't care. It's only by the grace of the Most High. And I don't care. I don't care what you think of me. My obligation to the Most High is going to override anybody. It's going to override anything that anybody thinks they can say to me. It's going to override any judgment they think they can pass. I don't care. I'll sit up here and tell y'all I used to be a stripper. Yep. And it's some sisters that can say, oh, I never. Oh, I praise the Lord that you never. And I pray that you don't ever. And I pray the same for your daughters. But if I was so worried about those women turning their nose up at me and looking at me crazy, then I would have to answer for the blood of the women that I didn't reach, that I was supposed to reach. Because I'm still so hurt from this thing. I'm still so sore and so raw from this thing that I can't bring myself to talk about it, because God forbid somebody say something, then I'm a collapse. And then it's going to be the end, and I'm going to want to start all over, and it's just going to be, and we cannot be like that. We cannot be like that. Endure to the end. Shalom and shalom, sis. Thank you for joining me. You can't be like that. Your obligation is to plant a seed, water a seed, and let the Most High get the increase. That is literally what you're here for. And all these obstacles that are put in your way are literally there to stop you. And instead of you recognizing that and deciding that I'm going to jump over this hurdle, like my name's Shakari Richardson, you decide, well, I'm just going to sit here behind this mountain and we'll see what happens. Not realizing that as you're sitting in the mountain, no light is getting back there. You're literally sitting in darkness. You are at the bottom of a mountain where nobody can reach you. People can barely hear you, let alone see you or reach you. And being stuck at the bottom of a spiritual mountain, I've never been stuck at the bottom of a physical mountain. Never have been. I have been stuck at the bottom of spiritual mountains. When I tell you it is a deep, dark place and you feel like you can't dig yourself out, those feelings are very real. And if that's what you're feeling right now, I'm here to validate that for you. You're not tripping, boo. You done got yourself in some ish. You done got yourself in some trouble, babe. And you need to, you're trying to figure out how to get out. I'm here to tell you, the Most High is the only one that's going to come and scoop you out. Please don't think that the answer is packing up and moving to a new city. Now, if that is the answer for you, then just edit yourself out of this portion of the of the broadcast. But for those of y'all who know that you're just trying to escape your problems, let me just inform you that if you pack up and move to wherever you think you're going to pack up and move to, the same problems are going to be waiting for you when you get there, because it's you. You're not responsible. You're not handling your business. You're not being picky enough about the people that you let in your life. You're not really committed to keeping this law and living a sin-free life. You're not committed to keeping the faith in Christ. You've not committed yourself to being a better person, living a better life, and enriching yourself. So guess what? When you go from Atlanta to Houston, the results of that behavior is going to continue, because you're not going to be responsible in Houston. You're not going to pay bills in Houston. You're not going to be any pickier about who you deal with. As a matter of fact, the little bit of discernment that you was using and the little bit of guard that you did have up, you about to drop all that, because now, oh, I'm brand new in a new city. And you think it's hard changing schools as a child? Baby, you ever tried changing cities as an adult? That is a very lonely experience. Very lonely. So here you go out here all willy-nilly, no direction, already stuck spiritually, already. So now it's easy for anybody to come poach you, because you will not answer your mail. People, look, predators come in more than one form. You have to understand this. There are many different types and forms of predators. And there are some predators that are just waiting for you, and you're spiritually disadvantaged, all of your own doing. But shoot, as long as you're going to keep yourself down here, let me see what I can get from you. Let me take advantage of you. And now you even broker. Right. You cannot run from yourself. Yourself is going to be there. You and yourself and you is going to wake up every day. I don't know if y'all notice old song called Me, Myself, and I by De La Soul. You, yourself, and you gonna be there with yourself every morning, having to deal with yourself. And it's not until you do the work that you're gonna experience any different kind of life. All kind of forms. And it comes, listen, that predator is going to come in the form that you like the most. You like dreads, he going to have dreads. You like him light skinned, he going to be light skinned. You like him dark skinned, he going to be deep chocolate for you. He ain't going to come with no peanut butter sandwich. If you like burgers, he going to come with a burger. Deluxe with onions and everything. Because you won't open your mail. You cannot have a relationship with someone if you don't communicate with them. That's the basis of any relationship. And communication is not a one-way street. So God, please forgive me for today and thank you. And that's not communication. You're not getting, that is a superficial relationship. That's when you walk outside and say, hey to your neighbor. Hey, how you doing? I don't care. I really don't care. I'm just trying to be polite. That's how y'all be doing the Most High and still be wanting him to move on your behalf. You still be wanting him to tell you stuff. You don't sit down long enough for him to tell you anything. Baby, I can't get you the message if you won't sit and talk to me. I can't tell you not. It does not. If you will not sit down and listen, I can scream at the top of my lungs and I may as well be talking to a brick wall because the person it's intended for is not hearing me. It's just like this whole time, we didn't know the law was for us. So the power that comes from keeping the law, nobody's using it. It's nothing. It's just, it's of no effect because no one is using it. You can't get a breakthrough because you won't communicate with the one who's given the breakthrough. The answer is not in people. Lean not into the arms of flesh. Lean not. Acknowledge him in all that. Trust in the Lord. Acknowledge him in all thy ways. You want to keep leaning to the arms of flesh? You'll trust in the Lord until some good looking flesh come along. You got to deal with you. The Bible say work out your own salvation. Listen, I don't care how many times you listen to me. I don't care how much righteous content you listen to. I don't care how many gospel songs you let play while you clean up. I don't care how many sermons you listen to while you sleep. If you are not picking up that Bible and you are not getting in your prayer closet alone, baby, what are you doing? You are relying on second and third hand information. And here's what I can tell you as someone who orates on here every week. Sometimes, and I really try not to do this. I try very much to speak what the Most High is giving me. But you got to understand, some people really don't care. And for some people, it's just about being in front of a microphone and having an audience. And so sometimes they're going to speak out of their emotions. Like there was this lady going off on TikTok about, how black men treat women so horrible, but white men take you on dates and white men marry you and white men don't leave you with babies. But I could not listen to her because her skin was bleached. You know that look, like her neck was brown, but her face was that weird reddish color that it turns when they bleaching their skin. Ma'am, I clearly see you hate your black self. So why would I listen to anything you have to say about black people? But y'all won't look at that. Look at the women who are telling you that you don't need a man. Look at them. Look at what they do. I guarantee you they laying up. And if they laying up with a man on the low, or if they're laying up with a woman, then that's how they're telling you they don't need a man. Either way, they lying. This is what y'all need to understand. They are lying. Consider the person who is giving you the information. An alcoholic cannot talk to me about self-control. You clearly don't have any. I'm not going to a prostitute for advice on chastity. You clearly do not understand this concept. The Bible talks about those who go into the houses of silly women laden with sin. Because as long as you can keep doing what you want to do, as long as you don't mess with me, get some on the weekends, then okay, Pastor such and such and so and so. As long as you don't try to make me feel shame about having this abortion, then I'm gonna pay my tithes and my offering. And yes, Pastor so and so, whatever you say. As long as you don't try to make me feel bad about all the sneaking and creeping I'm doing, stay off my sin. Let me stay laden with my sin, and you'll be my favorite person. Tickle my ears. Tickle my ears. Don't convict me. Don't comfort me. Don't send that mail to my address. Tickle my ears. And that's what we want. We want somebody to say good things to us. Like sometimes my husband be like, you don't want to hear nothing I have to say if it's not a compliment. And don't. And don't. Like if you're not telling me I'm pretty, then I don't want to hear it. I mean, I'm joking, but that's how some of y'all act in real life. Like if you're not telling me what I want to hear, then I don't want to hear you and I refuse to listen. And some of y'all know y'all dead wrong. Y'all know y'all dead wrong. Done got caught red-handed, dead wrong. And instead of you putting on your big girl panties and apologizing and making it right, you'll just sit there miserable. And here's what you got to understand. Everybody ain't going to stay miserable with you, babe. Them kids going to grow up. That man, he going to get tired of that. They're not going to stay miserable with you. Them kids going to grow up and leave you right there and never come home. They're not going to call. They're not going to want to have nothing to do with you because you've been miserable all your life. You refuse to work on yourself all your life. I'm not saying I'm perfect, never have been, never will be. But one thing I am is honest and transparent. Well, two things. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be as transparent as I can possibly be. Because you can't get nothing else is going to work. Angelina, shalom and shalom, sis. Nothing else is going to work. Yes, I messed up. I've had to admit to my daughter some very embarrassing things. Very embarrassing. I took no pleasure in having to relay this information. But I want more than anything for my daughters to avoid the trap. So it doesn't matter how it makes me feel. And it does make you feel small. It does. Like when you have to explain your past to a mom talking to her daughters. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel small. And especially when they get to the age where they can start to know better and they'll be like, oh, I'll never. As small as it might have made me feel and as much as it might have stung a little bit, you're going to hear this. This is what happened to me. And this is what I'm trying to get you to avoid. And when they got older and they start saying, I would never. Yep, that's right. Don't you ever. I remember when I was younger and I would say, oh, I would never. It was always, don't be too proud. Don't think you too good. Don't think it can't happen to you. No. Why are you talking to your child like that? No, baby, I hope you don't. I don't want you to. That's why I'm telling you. Please don't. It's like literally crabs in a barrel. Crabs in a barrel. It's like I'm down here, I'm miserable and I'm low, and you got to stay down here and be miserable and low with me. When the fact of the matter is, sis, you could escape that. You don't have to be miserable and low. Your inner situation has to change before your outer situation can change. You have to get yourself right on the inside before you can have any real and permanent outside change. The Bible says the blessings of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow. I don't know if you've ever had blessings that were not from the Lord. I have, and I can tell you that they add plenty of sorrow. And the richness that you think you feel is only temporary. The blessings of the Lord, those are real riches and those are permanent. They're going to bring peace and joy and all the fruits of the Spirit to your life. You'll begin to see the Most High moving on your behalf. You'll begin to see the answers to the questions that you felt like you didn't have an answer to. I'm not saying it's easy, ma'am, sis, cousin. Please hear my heart. I am not saying it's easy at all. And I wish more than anything that you could have a constant companion. You know what I'm saying? Like a physical guide. Like if I could walk down this journey with each of you, I would love to do that so that you can experience the liberty and freedom that we do have in Christ. Okay, but what I'm telling you is, ma'am, sis, cousin, just like you put your big girl panties on and got yourself into this mess, you're gonna have to put your big girl panties on and work your way through it. And now a lot of, like I told y'all before, some stuff there's no way out. Some stuff you just have to not go in. There are members of the alphabet community, particularly the T in the alphabet community, who are now trying to go back to the gender that they were born to, right? They talk about how they were just pressured and rushed into taking hormones, how they kind of felt rushed into, like, persuaded into having the surgery and into going forward with that transition. And now that they've come to themselves, some of them have made permanent changes to their bodies that they cannot undo. Some of them have side effects from those hormones. Some of them have cancer. Some of them have chronic illnesses that they will never be free of. Not saying that the Most High won't forgive, not saying he won't have grace and mercy, not saying that they can't have a full life, but you have this permanent reminder of this. And in some cases, like if you've had bottom surgery and you were born a male, you can never operate as a male. You can't operate in that capacity. So now what do you do? Because you can't date a man because you're a man. You can't date a woman because you don't have what men have. And so this is what I mean by sometimes the best way out is just to never go in. Some of y'all stuck with some of these baby daddies. There's no way out of that. You stuck with that man. The best way out was to never go in. And so don't think that, if you decide today, I'm going to change my life. I want to, from this day forward, I want to start doing better. Don't think that you're not still going to be tempted. Don't think that things aren't going to happen. Don't be surprised if tomorrow you just feel totally overwhelmed. That's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be deterred. That's how life works. As soon as you start to say, I'm going to start doing something good, then, but so what? You went through all the trouble to commit the sin, but you won't go through the trouble to get delivered. You spent the money to overshop. You spent the money to overeat. You spent the money trying to be a sugar mama. You spent the money doing whatever it is that you was not supposed to be doing. But now the work that is going to take to repair what you broke, you don't want to do that. Life is going to be work. There's no part of your life that you're going to get to where something from you is not required, especially if you are talking about areas of self-improvement. It's literally in the word self-improvement. Not saying that you have to do it all by yourself, but you have to initiate it. You the one that got to go to the Most High with it. He not gonna come and bust you over your head. He not that type of. He's not that type of God. He's not a authoritative dictator. This is not a totalitarian state. You very much have to go and say, "Please, I'm sorry. Please help me." Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. I want y'all to pray about it tonight, please. Okay, and I'm gonna pray about it too, because like I said, being a righteous woman is a process. It's a daily process. It's daily decisions that are made. It's a daily walk. It's from one moment to the next. How am I going to react to this? Well, these kids getting on my nerves, but I don't want to yell at them. Lord, please give me the patience. Well, I really don't feel like cooking for this man, but he been out working hard. Please, you know what I'm saying? And help me to do it with joy. Help me to do it with kindness in my heart. Help me to do it with warmth in my spirit. It's one thing to do it, but how are you doing it? Are you carrying it out with gladness? Are you serving your husband as you would serve the Lord? Some of y'all not. But sometimes buys are so hard. Hey. I mean, if you like where you at, then stay there. If you like where you're at, then don't worry about it. It's going to be hard. Anything it's going to be hard. Getting where you are right now was hard. The beginning of it was fun, but then it got hard. So you got to go back through that hard to get yourself out. Please sit down and pray. Talk to the Most High. Like, I literally talk to him like I'm talking to y'all. Literally. Yahweh, please, can you help me? This is going on. That's going on. The kids, and I want to, this is what I want to be, but this is where I feel like I'm at. I need you to help me, please. And I'll be honest, I don't want it to hurt. I don't want to go through a whole bunch of changes. Just please help me to figure this out. Please help me to get it. I don't like pain. I told you, I avoid pain at all costs in any form. Like, I don't like pain. So believe me, that's in my prayers. Like, if there's any way that we could get through this with the least pain, but y'all won't talk to him. Y'all won't talk to him. It's like the little Monopoly man is living in your house with all the bank money and all the property receipts, but you just won't talk to him. I can't do nothing if you won't talk to me. I don't know anything if you don't talk to me. I don't know what to just. You could be sitting on the other side of the screen with an issue. And you could be feeling like, oh, I think Miss Mono would, you know what I'm saying, know how to handle this. Or you could be listening to anybody else. I think Mono would know how to handle it. You could be listening to Truth Be Told. I think Sharon them would know how to handle this. But baby, if you don't put it in the chat, there's nothing anybody could do because we can't read your mind. We don't know what you thinking or what you're going through. I'm here to offer the service. But if you're not going to talk to me, then you don't go to the restaurant and not talk to the waiter when they come to take your order. But even in the opportunities when the Most High is extending his hand to you, you won't talk to him because you don't want to hear what he got to say. You don't want to hear what he got to say. You don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear him repeating to you the things that people who love you have been telling you for months and possibly years. You don't want that confirmation from the Most High because you feel like you can outrun God. There's a play many, many years ago, and it's called Your Arms Too Short to Box with God. And I used to think it was funny. But as I've gotten older and I've matured, I understand that means that, listen, baby, whatever the Most High said, that's what it's going to be. There's nothing you can do to change that. So you can either get with it and enjoy the benefits of what can come along with this, or you can go dragging, kicking, and screaming and just be living in pure hell because you're living in a state of rebellion. The life of obedience is such a peaceful state. And let me tell you something about walking in obedience. Even when it seems like all hell is breaking loose around you, when you know that you are putting your best effort toward the Most High and you are giving all of you that you can give, that peace that surpasses all understanding will take care of that for you. That joy, that unspeakable joy. This is what I mean by the inside being rearranged. My kids can be kicking, hollering, and screaming, but I'm still patient. I'm still happy. Oh boy, your hair. I still got to do Atticus' hair. Okay. But you know what? When you figure it out and you come on, Paxton, and you get it right on the inside. What's in your mouth? Oh, when you figure it out and you get it right on the inside, your blessings are what you focus on. You don't wake up, oh, I'm so tired. I don't want to do this. When you wake up, all praises for another day. Thank you, Lord, for this job or whatever I'm about to go tackle today. Thank you for this. Thank you for my health. Thank you that my mind is working. My limbs is operating. I don't need nobody to put me in the shower. I got food in my house, or you understand what I'm saying? Like your blessings start to stand out as opposed to the things that you don't like. So please, 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 y'all, I'm begging, pray about it tonight. Examine yourself. Listen, is there an area I can improve in? Send the Most High customer service survey. Do you have any suggestions for how we can improve our service? Do it, please. I'm telling you, it'll be one of the it'll be one of the best things you ever did. Jacob, wake up. Yes. So I talked about Vivica earlier. I did talk about Vivica earlier, like in the beginning. A perfect example of that. That lady, I don't know if y'all remember when her and that whole 50 Cent debacle was going on, but that lady was literally chasing this man through the virtual or whatever streets. He kept dogging her out for the whole world to see. And this is when everything was, young and tight. She could have easily went and found somebody else. But instead of her opening the mail that was addressed to her and seeing that this man don't want you, like you, or anything else, she's wasted all that time. So now here she is, not so young and not so tight, out here talking about she want to get married.
Are there cucumbers in there?
Cucumbers and strawberries. Talking about she want to get married. Now she's trying to find somebody to deal with the mess that somebody else made after you've been publicly humiliated, publicly. Like some of us have been humiliated privately, but publicly for everybody to see, like on the world stage, you've been humiliated. And even in all this time, you still had time. But you don't want to take accountability. You don't want to work on you. You don't want to accept the truth about your situation. A lot of y'all stuck in fruitless relationships right now. You want to accept the truth about your situation. So when he break up with you in 10 years, I wasted all my time. You sure did. Everybody told you. Say, hey, Auntie Angelina.
Hi,
Wani says, shalom, Paxton and Atticus. Say shalom to Wani. love y'all so much. I hope that something I said was helpful. Whether you are listening live or on the replay. Oh, listen, I wanted to tell y'all, I wanted to remind you guys, ladies, if you want your press-ons in time for F3, please hit up at Shebrew Nails. Her press-ons are so stinking cute. If I wore press-ons, I would definitely get them from her. They're so cute. So please go ahead and hit her up before the F3 rush. It's June. I've been telling y'all for the past 2 hours. Saturday is June 1st. As of June 1st, all the prices are going to go up to regular prices. There will be no more early bird pricing after June the 1st. Who does my nails? Ken's Claws. She's here in Douglasville. You can look her up on IG. It's Ken's Claws, KenKlawz.
Saturday is June 1st.
Saturday is June 1st. And so after June 1st, no more early bird pricing. Okay, look, last day to order before F3 is June 24th. So if you want to have your nails straight, and I suggest that you do, if you want to have your nails straight for F3, hit sis up before June the 24th. You've got almost 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks, actually. It's just coming on the 1st, okay? Y'all got almost 3 weeks. So make sure y'all hit my good sis up at Shebrew Nails. Of course, baby. What else was I gonna say? You guys got anything? Don't forget to go to 3mgmusic.com for any information, ticket sales, volunteer. Don't miss F3. Right. Volunteer vendor information. If you would like to donate, if you would like to sponsor a family, please head over to 3mgmusic.com. Or if you have questions or anything like that, info at 3mgmusic.com. If you would like to contribute to what we got going on here at the House of Mono, please head over to the Cash App $ the House of Mono. Atticus, tell them about the businesses.
Can you do it?
Can I do it? Paxton, you want to do it? Why y'all acting like this? The Print Doctors. What's the Print Doctors? What do we do at the Print Doctors? At Print Doctors, we do screen printing and direct to fabric or direct to garment printing. At the Print Doctors, at Top Tier Parties, we provide your bouncy houses for the Metro Atlanta area. What? You lost another tooth?
Oh, and this tooth is growing.
That tooth is growing. Got teeth falling out all over here. Top Tier Parties, bouncy houses over the Metro Atlanta area, and Mono's West Side Bullies. We actually have 2 puppies. Well, not 2 puppies, but 2 dogs who are going for pregnancy tests really soon here. So hopefully we will be dropping some puppies over here at Mono's West Side Bullies very soon. I hope to see y'all at F3. I would love to meet you guys. Please, if you have not got your tickets already, please get your tickets, guys. We have partner hotels who are offering discounts for F3. All that information is available on 3mgmusic.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. You guys want to say anything before we go?
Always be lit.
You see them drinking my water. It's not cute. I'm going to hurt them. I'm going to hurt both of them. What'd you say? Always be lit? For the Most High. No? Okay. All right. I love y'all so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. My husband is going to please get off my cup. Oh my gosh. My husband's going to be trying to get back to his live schedule. We've just been having a lot of work lately. So he's going to try to get back to his live schedule. So hopefully he'll be on Saturday for you guys. We'll keep y'all posted. Wednesday at 8:30, Truth Be Told Flex podcast on YouTube. Make sure you are connecting with the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. Those guys are really cool. Well, those guys and Banath, they're really cool, good information. The brothers are getting big. They are growing up right in my face. And then next Thursday, right back here, same black time, same black station for Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass. I will see you in these content creator streets. Do not forget to follow me, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you are. I can also be reached by email, missmanosworld@gmail.com. Also, if you have not checked out the latest issue of the Light Hebrew magazine, please do. You know, your girl gets a feature article in there. So go ahead and check it out, read the article, and let me know what y'all think. I really care about your feedback. Like, I care about your feedback about everything, about the show, about the writing. So please, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me. I will talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I interact and stuff. You know, this is why I go live. So I can, you know what I'm saying, stay in touch with my peoples. So, all right, I think that's about it. All right, we gonna head on out. What? I'm gonna wash off my straw because I know some backwash has been committed. So now I gotta go get all new freaking water. Thanks a lot, guys. All right, I love you so much. Shalom and good night.
I don't come in.
Living super clean. Daddy came on.
One time for my king doing king things. All these hoes cause he know he got a good thing.
Tune in to Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass with your host, Miss Mono.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord, saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono.
Every Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m. live on YouTube at Miss Mono's World and Monologue My God. Now also available on the Saya TV on Roku and